In 1918 itself, one more Satyagraha is coming for Gandhi. This time it is in Kheda, Gujarat. What is this? You can see this Lagan picture. What is this? Crop failure. The farmers are not able to pay the rent, pay the revenue. Okay. See, revenue and rent means it's not like paisa. Like I earn 100 rupees, I'll give you 1 or 2 rupees. Here, the tax was in the form of grains. If you produce 100 kg, you have to give 1/4. That means 25 kg you have to give. But this time you have produced only 20 kg. In that also 5 kg you have to give means what is this? Okay, so they cannot eat food. That kind of situation. So crop failure because of the rain failure. Okay, the farmers are unable to pay the tax, but the British are demanding for tax. Okay, and Gandhi enters here and he is starting a non-cooperation movement. So it is another success. The Britishers are saying that, okay, the government of British saying that if you are affordable to pay, you can pay, but at the same, nobody paid it. It is a success for Gandhi. So you can say 3 consecutive success. 1917 we had a Champaran Satyagraha. 1918 we have Ahmedabad mill strike. 1918 we had a Kheda Satyagraha. All these are consecutively hat-trick Satyagraha by for Gandhi. But unfortunately, after this, no other movement we can say a full-fledged success. It has its own success and failure stories. Okay, so this is Gandhi's initial 3 Satyagraha. Okay, so do time for recollection. 1909, what happened? Minto Morley reform. We had a electoral reforms in which Muslims were given separate electorate. Okay, then we had for 1911 we had reunion of this one Bengal. 1913 we have Gadar party started by Lala Hardayal in San Francisco. 1914 we had first World War starting. 1915 arrival of Gandhi. 1916 home rule movement, okay, Lucknow Pact and all you can remember. 1917, okay, Gandhi starts his first Satyagraha in Champaran. 1918 Gandhi starts Ahmedabad mill strike. 1918 itself we had a Kheda Satyagraha. Okay, next we go for 1919. 1919. See, 1919, lot of things happens. Very, very important in the Indian history. Okay, modern India, you can say, or India's struggle for independence. First famous thing happening is the Montego-Chelmsford reform. Under this, what happens? There is an introduction of diarchy in the province. Okay, lot of times I have seen this. They are asking in which year or in which reform they introduced the diarchy. It was in 1919 Montego-Chelmsford reform. Diarchy was introduced. What is diarchy? The concept of two. Dia means two. So one is the governor, the other one is the minister. So there will be a dual government in the provinces. So that is happening in 1919. In 1919 itself, there was a Rowlat Act. Okay, Rowlat Act passed by the British. It is a dangerous act. It is a draconian act. Anybody can be arrested and there is no trial for 2 years. Okay, and this is a very important tool for protesting in India, and Gandhi utilized it by having an all India anti-Rowlat Satyagraha. Okay, so Rowlat Act was passed by the British. Against the Rowlat Act, we had a anti-Rowlat Satyagraha, was an all India Satyagraha by Gandhi. Then third point will be Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, innocent people, unarmed people were killed by the British brutality. Okay, a General Tyre comes and he asks his soldiers to open fire in a Jallianwala Bagh, which is actually closed by a big wall. People cannot escape. Only one exit. Okay, that was closed by this soldiers, and they are firing. Okay, in fact, people were celebrating Baisakhi on the 13th April 1919. Okay, so Jallianwala Bagh massacre happened in 1919, and we also had Khilafat movement, which is something not directly linked with India. The Khalifa, that is, he was a king of Turkey. What he did, he lost the First World War. Britishers are taking over the territory, and Khalifa being the religious leader of Muslims across the world. Across the world, there is a protest against the British in favor of Khalifa. In India, Ali brothers started this Khilafat movement against the Britishers, and Congress and as well as Gandhi supported the Khilafat movement. All this happening in 1919. 1920. The very next year, Gandhi saw an opportunity that we can start a non-cooperation movement. Non-cooperation movement is again a non-violent movement, but it is an all-India movement, mass participation. That means people across the country are participating and supporting Gandhi in the protest against the Britishers. And why we are starting non-cooperation movement? The reason is Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, we have seen thousands of people getting killed. Okay, innocent people getting killed. That is why the entire India was against the British. Okay, then wartime price rise. Okay, you know, war is happening is not good for anybody. Okay, because of war, the British took away all the resource from India. Okay, all the food grains have been diverted for the British army. Okay, thereby scarcity of food and a famine like a situation in India. Okay, and against the Rowlat Act. So there are three reasons why the non-cooperation movement was started in. The first one is Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Second one is wartime price rise is happening. Inflation, basically. People are not able to buy the food. It is very costly. And third one is Rowlat Act. Okay, this 1922 marks the end of non-cooperation movement. Okay, so non-cooperation movement, Gandhi said within 2 years we can get Swaraj. Okay, but what happened within 2 years? We have a Chauri Chaura incident. A mob of people in a village called Chauri Chaura are locking the police officials inside the police station, and they are setting fire to the police station, killing 22 police officials. A non-violent Gandhian Satyagraha becomes a violent movement, and there is the death of police officials, and Britishers accusing Gandhi responsible for this, and Gandhi is arrested. Okay. Gandhi is arrested for Chauri Chaura, and because of Chauri Chaura, Gandhi is withdrawing the non-cooperation movement as well. Okay. So if the question comes why the non-cooperation movement was withdrawn or suspended or it is closed, the answer is Chauri Chaura incident 1922. Then comes 1923. Now, after the Chauri Chaura incident, there was no activity happening in India. Everybody was silent. Okay, they were afraid of the British, you can say, and or Gandhi himself is a jail. Okay, at this point, two people, one is C.R. Das, the other one is Motilal Nehru. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru both came forward and they said, let us stop the boycotting of election. Let us take part in the election. Let us get into the assembly. From there, we can boycott all the bills and the resolutions of the British. We can create the protest inside the assembly. But many people were against this. Okay, so the people who were against the starting of attending the election, they are known as no changes. The people who wanted to attend the elections, they were known as pro changes. So C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru were pro changes. Gandhi himself is a no changer. He doesn't want. But at the same time, we could see some people are want to contest the election. Some people don't want to contest election. So a kind of situation, critical situation like that of 1907, you can say, where Surat split happened. So another kind of split situation, but it was avoided by creating a Swaraj party. In 1923, Swaraj party was created by C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, and through the Swaraj party, they contested the election and they used the assembly to protest against the Britishers. Okay, so just a recollection: 1919, Rowlat Act is there. 1920, you can see non-cooperation movement. 1922, Chauri Chaura incident, and 1923, Swaraj. Okay. So all these are happening, okay, activities, people are in the assembly, they are protesting against the British, some people are doing social activities, all this. But 1927 gave another opportunity to protest against the Britishers, and that was in the form of Simon Commission. Okay. Simon Commission was appointed by the British 2 years before the expectation. Okay, you can recollect in 1909 we had a Morley Minto reform. 1919 we had a Montego Chelmsford reform. So next reform should come in 1929. But in 1927 itself we can see Simon Commission is here to make a constitution for India. Okay, but we are protesting against this. Simon Commission is in India in 1927. Okay, 2 years ahead of the schedule. Now this can be a question why they are in India or why the constitutional reform happens 2 years ahead of the schedule. The answer is the government which is in Britain is expecting a defeat in the upcoming election. Okay, and they don't want to carry on this Indian reform movement to the next government. They want to settle themselves. Thereby, they are sending a Simon Commission to India. But we are protesting. We are saying that we don't want Simon Commission. Go back, Simon Commission. You can see protest anywhere happening across India. The reason is there was no Indian member in the Simon Commission. It was an all-white commission. Okay, so this itself was a question in UPSC in 2014. Why the Simon Commission was protested in India? The answer is there is no Indian member. It was all white commission. Okay, so go back, Simon. And in one such protest, in the Simon Commission protest, you can see Lala Lajpat Rai was lathi charged and he died because of that. Okay, so 1927 is over. 1928, as a response to Simon Commission. Okay, Simon Commission is here to make a constitution, but they are not having any Indian members. In 1928, as a response to Simon Commission, Motilal Nehru, okay, was given a job to create a constitution for India, and he came with the Nehru report.